Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and today I'm bringing you a video where I'm going to show you some really important tips and tricks to leveling and to increasing your power progression as fast and as efficiently as possible. This is going to be extremely good advice, especially if you're a new Light Guardian, but this is also really good advice, especially if you're a veteran that's been around for a while. Sometimes people don't know about these little tiny nuances, and once you do figure it out, it's like it opens a whole new world to you because you can level up so much more efficiently. If you've already hit max level this season, well, then it's not necessarily that big of a deal for you. But for the next season and so on and so forth, there's a lot of little nuances to leveling that a lot of people don't know about. And when you do know about them, it makes the progress so much easier. And you can actually save yourself a ton of materials, glimmer, legendary shards, all sorts of things. So I'm going to go cover it real quick here. So for me, I have been playing entirely on my Hunter up until this point. I haven't played on any other characters because I prefer playing on Hunter right now for PvP purposes. And in the raid for the new Garden of Salvation raid, I was chosen by my team to be a Hunter. So I was like, cool, this is perfect. I played entirely on my Hunter. I didn't even log on to my Warlock or Titan. So if you out there favor one character, maybe you're a Warlock main, maybe you're a Titan main, and you haven't played on the other two characters, and you're thinking you'll level them up later at another time, this is perfect for you. But even if this isn't for you, if you've already been leveling all three, chances are that one of the three characters is a lot higher than the other two, and this method will actually really help you to catch them up a lot faster and a lot more efficiently, not costing you as many materials, which is really important, especially in like MMO games, which is the direction the game is going. You want to preserve as much materials as possible. You want to have as many legendary shards, as many enhancement cores, everything as possible, because as time goes on, those materials become more and more valuable at times, especially when new expansions come out. So here it is. I've entirely played on my Hunter. My Hunter is around the nine. It says 947 there, but it might be a little bit higher. It might be in the 950 range. I'm not entirely sure where he's at right now. But I have not played at all on my Warlock or my Titan. So I'm going to click on my Titan here, and as I load in, he will be 757 because of my artifact has a +7 power bonus, but really he just has all 750 weapons and all 750 armor. So I don't have any armor that I can put directly on him, but I do have weapons that I can directly drop onto my Titan. And so what I'll do is I'll go to DIM, which is Destiny Item Manager. Obviously, most people know about this. I don't have to explain it, but if you don't have it already, it's a Chrome extension. Destiny Item Manager is amazing. I click on the drop down tab and I click Maximize Power. And this also shows you that I don't actually have any other higher armor. Like, I truly have not played on this character. But on my Hunter, I have a 941, a 945, and a 940 weapon. And so just adding these alone has increased my power tremendously. I'm at 829 now. I went from around the 757 range to 829, just like that, instantly, which is cool. And obviously, most people know about that. Maybe the new Light Guardians don't, but most people in Destiny know about that. And the +7 from the artifact is the new thing that has come out. So now what I'm going to do, and the little secret that not a lot of people know, necessarily, maybe not a ton of people know. I don't know how many people know actually. That we're going to go into the armor, and we're going down to leveling, and we're going to just pull out this armor, and we'll notice that as I pull out more armor, I actually gain power as I go on. So right now, this wrecked Titan helm is 802, and it only costs me 250 glimmer and 3 gunsmith materials. And as I pull this out, you'll notice that it's immediately going to raise in power level. It's now 808. It's because I grabbed this out and I have this on my character now. I have an 802 helmet, which I can now equip. And now I'm 835, just like that. I'll go back into my collections and I'll pull out the next armor piece. And you want to go down in progression because you'll gain the most power by doing so. So now I'll pull out this gauntlet. Again, it's costing me 250 glimmer and 3 gunsmith materials. And as I do so, I now have an 802 helmet and 808 gauntlet. And when I go back into my collections, the armor will increase yet again in power because I am increasing in power. And so I can continue to grow in power by pulling these out of collections. And I can actually level myself almost entirely up to power level 900 entirely by doing this. Because my weapons are so much higher and because I do have the artifact as well, I could probably achieve nearly the 920 range by doing this alone. And so I'll continue to go through and I'll buy each piece like this. One helmet, one gauntlet, chest, boots, and Titan mark. And after I've bought this, I'll go back through and I'll buy another helmet because I've leveled up so much more. Now this is an 843 helmet, not an 802 helmet. Now it's an 848, and now I'll buy this gauntlet at 848. And I'll keep going on through this process, spending 250 glimmer and 3 gunsmith materials. So you have to be mindful. You will need glimmer and gunsmith materials, which are pretty easy to come by. It doesn't take that too long to get that. And obviously, if you do run out of these materials, you can always farm for more. And you will find these pretty commonly when you're playing the game. And so I'll continue to level like this, continue to grab pieces, so on and so forth, until I will eventually reach a threshold in which I can't grab any more pieces. And when I do so, the best thing I can possibly do is go to a planetary vendor, one that I have tokens for, that I've earned through either playing Crucible, through doing Vanguard strikes, maybe spending time on that planet. If you have planetary tokens or if you have planetary materials by chance, you can also farm them from the spider. Depends on how much you've played the game and how many materials you have within the game. I will then buy some of those planetary materials, use those planetary materials to buy engrams from the vendor, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the vendor will drop some armor for me. But even before I get to that level, I will achieve an extremely high power level here after just a few minutes of doing this. I'll keep going on here. This will be the last piece I buy for now, just to show you as a demonstration. I could go a little bit further, but I'm not going to stress it too much right now. So now I'll put the highest piece I have on here, 883 on most of this stuff, 884, 884, 885. Okay, so now I am 912 power, which is pretty insane, especially considering that if I have any tokens at all, if I have any planetary materials, I can go turn them into a vendor, and if one armor piece drops for me, it's going to drop even higher, allowing me to reach an even better power level. And what I can also do here is I could already go into the Nightfall. I could even potentially get pulled through the raid at this point. Like I will beat the raid on this character right now at 912. It's not that big a deal to me. I'll be able to pull it off because I've done the raid so many times already. I know the mechanics well enough. And so just like that, I'm already raid ready and I am already able to do really tough end game activities really fast because of that. So that will really, really help you in your leveling progression. And one other thing to keep in mind when doing this is that if you do a powerful activity that's a +5 activity, which means an activity that gives you a really powerful drop like a Nightfall or something, when you get that drop, make sure you go back to your collections and look through your armor, see if you can gain any power along the way, because sometimes those pieces fall behind really far. Like you'll have a piece that's -10 and you can go through and pick it out of collections, or you can go to a planetary vendor. And this little tip and trick will help you a ton in your power progression, especially if RNG hates you. If you're the type of person that gets a prime engram like I got earlier today, I got a prime engram and it landed in the special weapon slot. And I got a second one, actually. This is what happened. I got two at the same time. I turned it in, the first one, special ammo weapon. And then the second one was also a special ammo weapon in the same slot. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I got two priming engrams from doing an activity, spending a lot of time in activity, and they both ended in the same slot. It really screwed me over. But with this little tip and trick, it actually won't screw you over, because when you get that powerful drop from the prime engram, you'll go through your collections, pick out the armor, and pull out as many pieces as you can, go to the planetary vendors, get as many engrams as you can afford, and then those drops will be more powerful from that initial drop. So it sort of softens the blow of bad RNG a little bit. Hopefully this tip or trick helped you. Before I end this video, there's one thing that I totally forgot. I totally looked over this, and that is that you need to go to your season pass, which has just come out, and this will actually help you level up so much faster as well. Make sure to add this to your progress. Speaking to Xur can also pick up exotic armor, but here I'll show you that I can go to my seasons pass, and I can actually pick up my rewards since I've achieved a really high level on my hunter, and boom, just like that, I get an entire armor set. It's all 905, and I put all of that stuff on, and I am even higher level already. I'm already 925 now with this armor set, and if I go back into that season pass, that will also level me up even further. I can pick up each armor piece yet again, so now it's a 918 gauntlet, 918 boots, and so on and so forth. This will totally help you. You definitely need to go into your season pass. Also, speaking to Xur and finding Xur when he comes out during the weekends, he will give you drops as well. There may be other ways of leveling up really fast and efficiently, but this is pretty much the majority of things. If you have any questions or comments, put it down below. And so, just to recap all of this, because this is actually insanity in my opinion, I just took my Titan, who was 750, and went from 750 to 941 because of these methods, almost in less than 5 minutes. Like, that's just crazy. Like, that is actually crazy. I am at 941 power. I'm able to do all the activities in the game now very easily, like with almost very little difficulty, as long as I have other teammates, of course. 941 is crazy power, especially to go from being at the bottom, which was 750. So these are definitely insane methods. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and smash the like video if you did, and make sure to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content, and I'll see you in the next one.